Good day, Melly. It is such a lovely day outside that I didn't even have to use my video light. Like I'm legit, excuse me, excited. I went back to my traditional format, even though my light and stuff is right there. I'm very excited about this setup. I've actually been thoroughly enjoying my own transition into digital nomad life, right? So I've been traveling, see different like designs and people stuff. Today, I woke up pretty heavy emotionally, right? But after the initial, triggers and feelings come through, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, what was that? So I was getting that. I'm currently, let me show you this, currently running a, what was it going to let you see? Oh, it's too close. I'm running a road opener, right? But this time I said I was going to do a road opener on myself. So how you do that is you put yourself in a jar, right? And so in here I have bee pollen, sea salt, it's some elderberry, black salt, which is like to repel evil, right? But then I also have like crushed red peppers, some spice, some speed behind it. There's probably some coffee in here too. This is actually a couple months old because what you do is you put your intention, which you can see right here, in the middle. In this case, my intention was me. So the bee pollen was for like immunity against attacks. The lavender, and it was for ease in my life. The salt was for to cleanse out impurities. I needed some spice and some confidence too. So that's what the cayenne pepper was. I forgot what the elderberry was, but either way, each item that you put in here with your petition, as you are creating your jar, is to imbue yourself with that intention. You were putting your essence or a piece of your essence in this jar. So I've been lighting candles on it, talk to it, love it, keep it in a safe space. And whenever I do candle work, I make sure that I set my intentions by putting my jar in the middle of a bunch of different crystals, right? So I got selenite, pyrite. Selenite is for cleansing. Pyrite is for abundance attraction. This is the philosophy stone or the seer stone for prophetic gifts. And this is malachite for transformation. And use those with whatever cards I pulled are aligned with my intention. You see, I have hoops on today, right? I usually wear pearls or I wear my little diamond things because I like this super, let me show you, classic look that all of my selves are notorious for having, right? It's cool to be able to look back on your past lives and say, hey, I still wear the same hair. I'm a classic dame. But this is generally my look, or this part will be twisted back, right? So getting back into that energy, I started charging my earrings too. My earrings are next to my candles in my jar. And so when I go out of the house or anywhere else, I have like a little bit of a glamour along with whatever vibration I'm already carrying. I've been obsessed lately with the gold vibration, right? Because all gold, everything. And in the morning, I listen to, except for today, because I was in a bad mood, abundance. Affirmations are stuff to remove blocks to prosperity, worthiness, self-esteem, all things revolving around Venus. I went to look at my solar return, and it turns out your IC represents the soul. For me this year, I have Aphrodite on it. So I am supposed to be melding back into the beauty of my soul or getting back into what got thrown off. That is especially triggered by Libra season, which is why this whole intro is segueing into your reading. And I think I'm going to post this on the public page now because that jar info and all this Libra stuff could be really handy for somebody else. Because from the moment that I begin channeling, what I'm saying is meant for you as well. It's the wave that we are vibrating on together and how we're sort of coming together in the session. It took me a couple of years to figure that out. On top of those things, I keep these incense. One is Abre Camino, open roads. And then we got the cleansing power one. So cleanse and clear, cleanse and clear. I know we're in a new moon phase, but we just came from an eclipse where we're cleansing and clearing anyway. So Venus is in Virgo. That's the sign of healing. That's another clean it up because that's about perfect systems and stuff. Everything that makes this human body function better, your day-to-day life, how you manage your time in the 3D, what you use your time for. Libra season is about balance. but that's the whole scale, like every part of the chart. Notice that it's at the descendant, it's at the halfway mark. So it's the balance between you and everybody else working the right way. If it is not, you're going to wake up at the 0th degree, which is today, or you'll wake up at the 1st degree, which is tomorrow, and you'll be like, the fuck is this feeling? But it could be at work. You might go into work and then there's a problem at work for some reason, a coworker or something. It has nothing to do with you. But if Libra is in like your 10th or 11th house, you're learning how to be more balanced in your work. You might be the person that's not holding up your end. Or you've been doing so good, the next thing you know, you get a reward. Like that's how this energy in this time is supposed to work. Things at the 0th degree are the kickoff. This is the beginning. You are learning the theme of this episode. Like if there are 12 episodes a year, right? This is going to be the theme for the Libra season episode through the next 30 days. And by the end of these 30 days, you're supposed to learn some sort of lesson that you integrate. You move on to the Scorpio and you go from there. Right now, beautification, a connection to literature, poetry, things that inspire you, other people that inspire you, your own muse energy. This is like classical music. And there was another book over here, like how you decorate your home. This is minimalist room decor. And I find that every house I go into where I love the stuff, it's because everything is like so neat and clean. I have 4 children, so seeing stuff like that was not how it usually works. Like I can clean up and I'll come right back around and there'll be like somebody's t-shirt or something. You see, that's not the case around here. Surprise, surprise, but the digital nomad life has also given them a new standard for which they're going to teach or treat other people's stuff. I do not plan on being in America for the long term. So when my lease went up at the last place, I was like, it makes no sense to extend something for another year or another 14 months, right? I'm getting the fuck out of here. And me putting myself in another contract would just be a binding. So what can I do? And I'm praying and I'm waiting. You know how these transitions are. I think that you are in one of those cocoon transitions too right now, right? Suddenly, I got like the ping. It's like, go look up content creators. So looking up content creators, like, okay, I share memes now, but I always have information with them. I only use the meme as a way to convey the information that I'm trying to share. And I do want to expand. I don't want to just be locked into, oh, this is spiritual, this is tarot. This is something that can improve everybody's life. So lifestyle content creator became my next search. And then the next thing you know, I end up down the rabbit hole, which led me to digital nomad or digital content creator, travel creator. And I was like, that's it. That is it. Because even when I get across seas, I want to buy a bunch of land, but I want to build a house from scratch just because I want nobody else's energy in it. Like, no, let me get a piece of fresh land and build my house so that my family's history is here and that vibration is set because you take on the energy of whatever house you're in. So I want that house to be built as I'm traveling and seeing different things. And God, good, look at this job that transcends everywhere. You're supposed to be doing the same thing now. So I'm about to flip to your chart, which has been behind the screen the whole time, because we are getting into where you are being guided next. We're going to look at transits today, although I will pull a card to start, as always, for what you most need to know right now. I ain't even had the transits on, so I could just do it dry, just based off of what was coming through me. I'm realizing how this radio thing works is the answer comes through me, but it has to trigger or ping something that is in me for me to understand what's coming through for you. And so, boom, boom, boom. The thing that I am feeling that is connected to you, your Juno is at the same degree as my ascendant. So that means when we have a conversation, the part of me that is what I'm rising into, who I am, is reminiscent of your soulmate. Interesting how that goes, but either way, my Mercury, the way my mind works, speaks to your Venus. Like you find your value, which has been hard earned because of that Saturn in 8th. When I speak to you, you're like, hold on, I never even realized that about myself. And in the conversations like this, I think the love that you share with other people sort of comes through in the same way that I poured into you. Like, honey, girl, do you not see this? Because if somebody was to come up to you, particularly your partners, the people that you hold close to you, when they get around you, and that's that Libra sun, I see that now. When they get around you, they're like, oh, she's like the most helpful thing ever. Like, how did I ever live without her? So that's what you give off. And I guess it's important for you to know, baby, you are being I cut off one alarm and another one went off. We're being restructured. And I see that restructure right here. The way that you think. Let me zoom in, sweetie. Is it gonna let me just do this try? I'll move this here. There we go. Your palace is your unique genius. How you connect dots. It's the main thing I use in this job, okay? Palace Athena, if you ever want to look it up. And you can just click that one on the astro.com. So Palace right here, you have it at the first degree retrograde. The first degree is a degree of self. This is something that you deal with. You connect dots off top. You notice something, right? But particularly for you, in regards to beauty trends, when you want to learn something, this is cultivating things, building money trends, beauty as in makeup, I'm getting food, things that are aesthetically pleasing. You can learn how to make anything pretty real quick. And it feels like this possibly could work with people. But you have, all right, so how I'm going to explain this. You have it at the 23rd degree, right? That's an Aquarius degree. So I would look at your 11th house so I can understand how that's meant to play out for you. You are meant to go from keeping this beautiful gift to yourself that you only value for you, because sometimes people have a problem with you just being you. That's what that Lilith is, and that's what holds you back. So many people criticize you for being your unique self. So there's a part of you that keeps yourself to yourself. You know what I mean? You keep it in your head. That's the opposite of the way you're meant to go. That is why this Pluto going against your palace right now, your unique genius that is ruled by Aquarius, like, you know how other people think. You get the waves, you know the trends. Like, you would be ahead of the trend. And that's because you're Pisces North Node. You're getting waves of things that are supposed to be released ahead of time. But because you used to do this when you were little, it made it seem like you were kind of out of place. Like, you would know that everybody was about to get like the sideways haircut before they got the sideways haircut. So they'd look at you with it and be like, ew, freak. Like, that's the way that your Lilith in Virgo conduct yourself no works. And it started for you at 5 years old. So the first time somebody made you feel like an alien or out of place, that it got like imprinted in your psyche, was at 5 years old. So imagine you've been carrying this energy the whole time. That was working with this retrograde, which is the thing that holds you back. Now I'm looking at the number of retrogrades that you have here, which are all rewrites, things you wanted to change, right? Even this Lilith right here. I'm trying to, you wanted to change the way you use your unique genius to wield power over people, because sometimes your mate would use that to better himself. That's what I just got. That's trippy, right? I'm like, why would that be? But look at this. You have Saturn in the 8th house. Now let me show you. This, my screen gonna jump a little, I think, because I'm Googling. Or I have to show you this on Google. Is it not? This camera must have updated or something. It ain't never been on it like that. So anyways, in Hellenistic astrology, each house represents a location spiritually, like where you came from the Sephiroths on the tree of life and death, right? Like where you spawn, your spawn point. That's the best way I can say it to you. What level you came in from and all that. So this corresponds to what each planet or the energy streaming through each planet, if you have planets in the house. Over here is the 8th house of inactive. This is the punishment house. Notice over here it says the gate of Hades, right? That's hell, that's baggage, that's inheritance, it's trauma, resentment, loans, debt, idle place. That's the place where some energy got stuck or you got penalized, you got sentenced. So in your chart, over here, that's on your Taurus energy. The 26th degree rules Taurus and Uranus rules that Aquarius energy I was talking about. You have it at the 27th degree. So the way to break that down, or the way that it's streaming through is, you had to learn through living life as a person, as a muggle down here, why you don't treat people a certain way once you get to a certain tier, even if that's what your husband says is the thing to do. So this is giving the energy of Cinderella married the prince, but when she got married, she forgot what it was like to be a slave. So she started treating everybody the same way she used to get treated. Uranus and your retrogrades all represent rewrites in your chart. You wanted to rethink your relationship or your connection with the average person. So how's that been playing out? Through your everyday life. You see how your Mercury is at the 26th degree, the same degree as your Saturn, right? Your mind was bound to your value being developed amongst the people. This is like you were royalty and you had to forget you were royalty so you could appreciate your station and the people who give you the power to exist in your station. So your North Node is all about stepping back into that value, back into that place, but then still being like Katniss in the Hunger Games. Like I remember y'all. I will never forget y'all while I'm up here. Or the reason that I do this is because in your case, your series, you're like a queen mother. That's the energy here. When you get online, when you step into your place, you want to fight for the people who don't have somebody fighting for them, particularly children, is what I'm feeling. Children being abused. And my eye keeps getting drawn to the 6th degree in your chart. Your Jupiter is at the 6th degree. That's your husband marker, right? But that's also your growth and your expansion. Your Chiron, which is your woundedness life, is at the 6th degree. We have your Vesta, which is your flame, what you use to fuel yourself at the 6th degree, conjunct your sun. This also means you carry energy or a bit of the sacred flame, like you were a priestess for Vesta. Vesta was like the virgin who would save herself forever in order to maintain her powers or to hold space for the goddess. So just know that at some point, the women who carried this flame, who had the ability to ignite their mates. So that's what I'm bringing us together, right? To help their mates step into power beyond what they would have had on their own, were bound to their brides. That could be why your Venus is over here in the 4th for the family, right? And I've been watching this show, and usually I'm noticing we are electromagnetic, ma'am. You do not watch, you do not see, you do not connect with anything that is not a part of your storyline. And 3:33 is about to be on the clock. That's been stalking me. Whatever you are linked with or has something to do with you will pop up. You just got to be able to notice it. I've been watching a series called Arranged. This is about arranged marriages. I'm getting a message now that there's an asteroid that I am missing from your chart right now. And it'll clear up everything, which is so funny because when I first pulled up your chart, the message I got was to clear this whole box. This box is never clear. I usually have 1,000 asteroids in here. And sometimes I'm not realizing that my soul is so smart that I'm setting myself up before I get here. I put an asteroid in here for a session that I'm doing later that day, not even knowing that that asteroid that I made a mistake and thought I made a mistake and left there makes or breaks the session that I'm doing with somebody else in the future. Like, hey, if I had not seen this, I would not have known that the thing you came to me for was this. No, it's a beautiful system. So the arranged thing and the asteroid that yeah. So this is crisis, right? That's the captive bride asteroid, as I call it. It's when, the best way to put this, if your family, like the people in the arranged show, and you're the first reading I'm doing today after watching this show, ma'am, realize that you are of value in some way in or shape in the world, that marrying you to somebody else would benefit them, then you were sort of the thing that was given away. I was just explaining to you that you have a particular flame you were carrying. And back in the day, if they found out that you had this flame, you became this big, I don't want to say bargaining tool, but you were big business. Like literally, your Venus fuels the family, it fills the house. This is whatever house that you end up in. So whatever person you pair with, you are going to be bleeding something into them, essentially. You having Jupiter in first, Jupiter is the husband marker. So when you get with somebody, it's like y'all are locked in. But that has been because your crisis is at the 13th degree. The 13th degree is a self degree. It's just who you are, and you're in the intermediate phase. So there is always a partner that you are coming back around with, going from being a captive enslaved bride that forced to be an arranged marriage to that bond of unconditional love where he loves and treats you like you're supposed to be treated, and vice versa. If you don't understand this concept, check out the Barbie movie and think of how every Barbie was not really interested in their Ken. Like they were there, they were a friend, like you can be around, but me and the other Barbies are doing things. Imagine that all of the guys started listening to actual patriarchal Ken, and that's where we are in our storyline. Like we have not fixed the rift yet. We have not fixed Ken's heart, and that's why this lifetime is really important. I'm like, what is up with this Libra energy today? Ken is still mad at Barbie. That's the energy. Uh, every man wants to be needed. He wants to be listened to. He wants to lead. There is a resentment that comes from a woman who is naturally strong, which is also your Lilith, right? Your little self node, because she only allows somebody to lead when she feels safe. If you don't feel safe, you don't let that energy go. That could be a big part of your lesson in this lifetime. And I'm saying that because you didn't put anything in your seventh house. Your seventh house is your marriage house. You see how empty this is? Now, I'm not going to say that you're not going to get married or anything, but it's going to take somebody amazing to make you make that decision to tie down again. Because back to your North Node, you were shooting up into the collective. Your flame is big enough to fuel other people. When you are in a relationship with somebody, that person takes the flame and disperses it for whatever they need it for. And they have not in other lifetimes been allowing you to use it for other people. It was just to build their kingdom, fuel their greed. That is why you have this moon in the eighth house. That's a moon in debt, family in debt, Martian debt. You took on your past life's husband's debt in this life. And he won't come around in this life. Because why would he miss you? Like, why would he not? Like, honey, you have been fueling his whole existence this whole time. He will show up. Even when y'all are not together, y'all are bound in some type of way. Ooh, I just got more asteroids come through, ma'am. Okay, let's do this. See, that's why I love this job. I can never get bored because every time I'm in here, I'm channeling something new and something that's important. So I'm looking for the soul tie asteroid right now. That's the message I just got. Oh, y'all, not all those. I can never pronounce it, so I just got to see it like Swiss. See, I think it's. I feel like it's a Y Z S Z Y. Where you at, boom? I'm gonna look it up on my phone. Just fine. Girl, remember I told you I was lining up with the abundance stuff? I went into the phone shop because one kid needed to get added to the phone. One kid had cracked their phone, so I had to get it replaced. While I was in there, I was like, oh, my phone is running out of space. I could use a new one, but then I was like, I don't need to get a whole new phone just because this one is running out of space. This one's still good. I'll be fine. Y'all. I said, y'all, girl. As we were leaving, the guy's like, I got another one of the same phone that's actually the upgrade of the one you hold in your hand. And then it got put in the bag. Scot free. So now I have a better filming camera because that's definitely what I'm going to use it for. Uh, and I didn't even pay for it. Literally, just walking around in the energy of being blessed. Because every day I just keep sitting in blessed. Spitz, see, maybe if I mess it up, it'll realize what I'm talking about. That did not work. This is so annoying because I'm seeing the asteroid in my head, but I'm not. It's a German word. Okay, I'm going to go on Google. And this is also why I'm working my way up to Zoom meetings because I can do all this and I can channel and I can hear, but I don't know if I can do that when somebody's talking to me. Like I do it when I'm talking to people like that are my friends or in my regular space. But I'm like, can I do this for a stranger? Can I do this while I'm like having a full-on conversation with somebody? I jacked it up so bad. They're like, man, we don't even know what you just tried to type in. No, I need to add Kitty. Kitty is literally what it sounds like. If somebody has any markers in synastry near this one, you're somebody's pet. Also, when you have stuff at the eighth degree, and you have something at the eighth degree, don't you? That's what that moon just was. Okay. I'm gonna figure out this freaking because it's important. It will not elude me. And I posted it on my page, which is the thing that's getting me. I'm going to release it so I can see it pop up because I'm thinking too hard on it now. And when you're channeling, it works better. Just don't think. I feel like I'm approaching it. I want to scream. Like, come on, how could I not find this on my page? But it's a Russian word. That's what's messing me up. If it was American, I would have had it. Oh, Russian world for tire bond. Russian. They said what, girl? Okay. It's SYT. No. I'm going to go on my own freaking page and search it backwards. Soul time. I typed in soul time marker the first time. That's not it. Let's see. Did I find it? Taurus rising popped up under those with a soul tie because they have Scorpio in seventh. Hold on. Is that something I needed to take note of here? You do have Scorpio in seventh. Damn, your husband gonna be on that. It is. Okay, so come on here. Let me continue. I'm going to find this record marker. Oh my goodness, I post so much, right? Found it, but you needed a Scorpio and seventh thing. That means it didn't matter if you didn't have the regular soul tie thing, which is, I can't pronounce this, but for the record, SVYAZTIE. I was trying. It's 37556. An unbreakable bond. And I'm gonna go ahead and add these other ones in here. 1487, which is wedding, and 1585, which is union. Coming into union is what that represents. So let's see. Strip in here. Oh, you have Boda in first. That's hilarious. Yeah, so the way your stuff is designed, remember I said that your Jupiter is in the front, like your husband is like emerges, he becomes a part of you. But I was also like marriage wasn't important for you, part for you. So you can have this design, right? And you can set up what you want for yourself, but there's a certain virus or distortions that could be put into it by your spouse or reptilian owner, whole nother conversation. But you have your turning point in your life marked as your wedding. Notice that Kitty is next to your soulmate marker and your union marker. That soul tie you have is at the final degree. You and your person have a telepathic link that is indivisible. I'm saying that because it's vertex 24th degree rules your 12th house. Girl, you are somebody's pet. And that is about to be triggered by the transits. You're having your North Node return, which is a step back into your purpose. And your purpose is this big turning point. So let me wrap this up with what did Melly and Rose need this message for today? This, the theme episode for Libra season, right? The ruler of the seventh house. What does she most need this message for today? There's nothing even in Leo, but you have so much stuff over there in Virgo and Libra. So I guess you needed to know whose Libra you was. You needed to know this because things are going in your favor towards your contract. Even if you can't see it, it does not matter. It is already done. Just know you are leaving away from the old phase that you were in, the old energy that was karmic, and you were stepping into the energy that you will be as the wife, but also the energy you were already supposed to embody as a queen. So Uranus in your first house is changing who you are and your knowledge of self, and you are about to start blossoming and growing. So everything I talked about in the beginning of this probably resonates for you, even if it's not in this moment. You feel it coming, and you feel the energy, and you've been noticing the patterns. This is gonna be such a good after talk. You have a good day, girl.